Namai pagražės, žaislai pasikeis, parduotuvės gali būti namas 26 aukštų, gali ir 1 aukšto.
Po to Europos Sąjunga nuspręs, kad praplėsti Lietuvą, nes netilps tiek daug išradimų.
Ir dar gali netgi sugalvoti troleibusus kokių 3 aukštų.
O iš dangaus Vilnius atrodys labai didelis.
Labai mažiukas. Neteisinga tai.
O tada
Vilnius
atrodys
2020.
buvusi mažytė Lietuva.
Vilnius, significant city in a new Europe. There are almost 16 million residents in 7 Central and East European countries within a 300 kilometers radius around Vilnius. That is more than in any other radius, whether around Riga or both Tallinn and Helsinki. Vilnius is located at the intersection of all the most important European regions. There are not many capitals in Europe where people from 7 countries with different economic, political and cultural paths can be found within just 300 kilometers. Since Vilnius is at the center of this region, it can draw and unite all that is best in this area and present this dynamic diversity to the new Europe. Experts contend that uniting the potential of both Vilnius and Kaunas would make them more competitive within Europe. If a new transportation system of European standards were created between the 2 cities, not only the residents of the new metropolis would benefit, but also everyone living and working along this junction. As a regional center, Vilnius has a well-developed infrastructure of highways. All of them are part of 2 international transportation corridors. B9 runs from the harbor of Klaipėda via Vilnius, Minsk, Kiev to Odessa with a highway link to Moscow. And Via Baltica runs from St. Petersburg via Riga, Kaunas, Warsaw to Berlin with a highway link to Vilnius. Today, Vilnius has become a major transit point between Western Europe and the CIS countries. A new economy city. The competitive advantage of the city directly depends on the level of development of its information technology economy. Vilnius already has the prerequisites necessary for starting IT clusters. There are several places in Vilnius where there is a major concentration of contemporary laser, biotechnology and IT enterprises located next to scientific research and educational institutions. This makes Vilnius an exceptionally strong center of education and science. Only one more small step needs to be taken in order to achieve world fame. That is, to locate education, science and high-tech industries in one territory. Sunrise Valley is a project that will bring all of the most progressive technologies into one entire system under one roof. The interaction of all these activities in different fields lead to the fact that education stimulates science, science stimulates high technologies, and high technologies stimulate both education and science. All of them are united into one system, making it grow, as we physicists say, exponentially. This initiative to start the formation of such clusters, one of which would possibly be formed here in Saulėtekis or in Visori or in both, would be a good example of how Vilnius should be developing through the creation of synergy between science, economics and education. Vilnius, a nice place to live. There are always new standards for good quality of life. Lovely natural areas, clean water and air, an efficient urban transportation system all serve to create a positive environment for making progressive ideas become reality. Well, here's where the southern bypass begins. It joins the western bypass. This way we can drive around Vilnius without getting stuck in traffic downtown. You can get directly, say, from the airport to the suburbs in 10-12 minutes, when before it would take half an hour. The bypasses will allow Vilnius to get rid of unnecessary traffic in the city and will end traffic jams in its center. A new underground parking area will significantly decrease the number of cars parked on the streets of downtown and help to preserve the historic heritage of the old town. A more convenient public transportation system featuring high-speed tramways will allow residents to avoid using their own cars for short trips in the city. The high-speed tram will look nice and will make it more convenient to drive through the center of city. Of course, we will have to review what the traffic regulations say about trams. The only thing I remember is that trams always have the right of way. 2 bridges will connect the areas around the sports arena, Ukmergė Street, and the entire right bank of the Neris River to the current downtown area. Vilnius will become a true metropolis where modern architecture will stand in harmony with its historical heritage. Distinctive architecture. The central part of Vilnius contains a huge unexploited potential for commercial development. The new city administration building on the right bank of the Neris River leads the way for the formation of a new architectural space in the city. There are projects for modern skyscrapers in this area that will provide space for new business centers, hotels, and service industry. This contemporary city that is being created around the new city administration building will be the crown jewel in the whole ring of new skyscrapers. After the reconstruction, the main street will be named Constitution Avenue, giving the area a modern European touch. This is not just a dream. Today this area has become the leading building site of Vilnius and will remain so until 2004. All of the important institutions of the city, as well as the headquarters of the largest companies, will move into new modern buildings in the near future. Constitution Avenue will become the main axis of the new downtown of Vilnius. On the left bank of the river, another large commercial use complex is being planned, the Business Triangle. During the reconstruction of the main street Gediminas Avenue, a large underground parking area will be built and buildings no longer used by the city will be sold and reconstructed. Businesses that wish to preserve the historic heritage of the old town are seeking new opportunities to make the main street of the city as attractive as possible. A supportive community. Why do we like the city so much now? It's somehow very warm and distinctive. It's always pleasant to take a walk in the old town, to show yourself and to look at others. In 20 years, well, I suppose Vilnius will retain its same spirit. Cozy and free. It's a very cozy city. Bearing in mind that in 20 years we ourselves will be 40, we'll most probably be asleep at night. No, that's not true. When I'm 40, I'll be dancing in a disco. Smiles and friendly atmosphere of mutual understanding are the most precious treasure of every city. Secure, strong, optimistic and self-confident people are the foundation for the prosperous future of Vilnius. Well, in my opinion, Vilnius in 20 years will definitely be the most cheerful city in the world. In other words, nothing will ever beat it. That's how it'll be in 20 years. Dynamic reality. During the production of this film, many of the projects you have seen have already started. Some of them have even been completed. First, you need an idea. Then you need the proper circumstances for its realization. The most important of all is the action that is taken. That's what makes dreams become a tangible reality for each of us. Action makes Vilnius one of the most rapidly developing cities in Eastern Europe. A city of dreams coming true. Ideas are for the future. Action is for the present. Let's realize our ideas. Where? In Vilnius. When? Now. Let's think of the future in the present tense. Vilnius 2020. Action time.